Thanh Trang kính chào quý vị. Hôm nay thứ Ba ngày 5 tháng 4, 2022. Đến với bản tin Hoa Thịnh Đốn tối nay gồm có phóng sự và phỏng vấn đặc biệt Ủy viên Giáo dục Westminster. Để mở đầu, Thanh Trang kính mời quý vị theo dõi phóng sự lễ tưởng niệm Ngày Cựu Chiến binh Việt Nam tại New Jersey, được tổ chức vào ngày 29 tháng 3, 2022. Chương trình do Minh Thúy, Nguyễn Thành Công và Destiny Nguyễn thực hiện.
Kính thưa quý vị, hiện tại thì chúng tôi đang có mặt tại thành phố Barnegat của tiểu bang New Jersey. Và hôm nay là ngày 29 tháng 3. Ngày này vào năm 2017, cựu Tổng thống Donald Trump đã chuẩn thuận đây là ngày lễ quốc gia dành cho cựu quân nhân của chiến tranh Việt Nam. Và hôm nay, tại thành phố này, chúng tôi ghi nhận có khoảng hơn 600 cựu quân nhân Hoa Kỳ cũng như cộng đồng Việt Nam đến tham dự ngày cựu quân nhân. Chúng tôi kính mời quý vị theo dõi một vài hình ảnh sau đây.
Today is the 5th National Vietnam War Veterans Day. And after 2 years of not being able to gather together because of COVID, we are finally back together with you all. Yes! I can't emphasize enough how amazing it feels to see all of you again because we've truly missed you. You know, video chatting helped us get through some things, but, nothing beats being in person. Like previous years, today is about honoring and celebrating our Vietnam veterans for their heroic acts many decades ago. And we are joined by our co-hosts, the Barnegat American Legion and the Barnegat VFW. Representing the Barnegat American Legion Post 232 are the Ocean County Commander and Vietnam veteran Brian Hagel. Brian, please stand.
Thank you for being here, Mayor. Would you say anything about this town? You know this town more than anybody else,
yes,
right?
Yes, I do. 40 years I've been living here. First of all, it's an honor to be here, and what T and Jimmy have done and recognize the Vietnam veterans. And she tells her story. It's a fantastic story, and we're just thankful she stood up and they both did something like this.
Any message to our veteran today?
We love you. We thank you for your sacrifice, and we continue to support and pray for you always.
Thank you. Kính thưa quý vị, đứng cạnh Destiny đây là một cựu quân nhân, là người đã từng phối hợp để đưa những em bé mồ côi vào thời điểm 30 tháng 4 năm 1975, chuyến bay cuối cùng rời khỏi Việt Nam, và Destiny sẽ có một vài lời phỏng vấn với ông. Dạ. Would you tell me your names and where you come from?
My name is Rene Fougeray. I'm from Pennsylvania.
Would you tell me about your mission back in the April 30 in 1975?
We were the day before the 30th. We were over in Guam hauling mattresses for refugee camps that were being set up out in the Pacific, and they ordered 3 of our planes to Saigon for an emergency rescue mission. And 3 of us landed. 2 planes turned around and took off, and we stayed. And we ended up, we didn't know what we were going for, or they didn't tell us. They just said there's something there that had to get out. And it turned out to be 189 babies and 40 people.
In that airplane?
Yeah. And we didn't know till we got back to the States that was the last Operation Babylift.
Steve Hartmann. I live in the Burlington, Vermont area.
Can you tell me why you being here?
Well, T. Cavanero invited me a couple years ago, as we were introduced to each other when I mentioned I was looking to get into the Vietnam refugee community, and she mentioned that she has this event and invited me to come down and be a part of it and play some music for her. So I'm very happy to be here and honored.
So you are Vietnamese, right?
I am. I was born in Dalat, Vietnam in 1974 and part of Operation Babylift. Yeah.
Wow, that is so special. Can you tell us more about what you know about that airplane that you won?
Oh, wow. There's not really a whole lot of information except that I was supposed to be put on the first airplane out that went down. due to mechanical failure, and I was misplaced and put on the wrong plane. And turns out that I was put on a different plane and came over to Philadelphia soon after, and was able to be given a chance because of the brave men and women that served. So I'm super thankful.
Do you know how old were you at that time?
I think I was 6 months old. Yeah.
Wow, 6 months old.
Yeah, I was very young. Just one of those little babies that was brought over during Operation Babylift. Yeah.
So do you have any Vietnamese name at all?
My original birth name is An Ngoc Pham. An Ngoc Pham. That's what it says on my birth certificate. An, A-N, G-N-O-C, P-H-A-M. That's all I have.
An Pham.
Yeah, Pham, yeah. Yes, that's all I know. Yeah.
So you do have any relative? Do you know that you have any relative over there?
I don't know, actually. I know my mother's birth name is on my birth certificate somewhere, but I don't know if I have any relatives or anything like that. My 10-year-old son has inspired me to start looking, so I'm going to start looking to see if I have any family over there, which would be really cool to figure out. Yeah.
So after 47 years,
yeah.
Today, all the veterans that finally they have a day that to honor their service.
Yeah.
What you want to say? Anything to them?
Yeah. If there's ever been a time when you wondered if all the things you've done, sacrificed, and for were ever worth it, I hope that today is some kind of affirmation and confirmation that your sacrifices were well worth it, and for me and my son especially, we want to say thank you for all of you've done.
Và kính thưa quý vị, đứng kế bên Daphne đây là một người tên anh Phạm, và vào thời điểm mà 30 tháng 4 năm 1975 thì anh chỉ có mới 6 tháng tuổi, và anh được cứu đi trong chuyến mà airlift của Hoa Kỳ để cứu những em bé mồ côi từ Việt Nam ra khỏi Việt Nam ngay ngày 30 tháng 4 năm 1975. Và hôm nay anh có mặt ở đây để cảm ơn tất cả các cựu quân nhân Hoa Kỳ đã giúp anh đến được bến bờ tự do. What song you gonna sing today?
It's a song called You Are. I wrote for anyone that ever wondered if they've ever been loved, if they're seen, if they're heard, if the sacrifices they make throughout their day are noticed, and especially for Vietnam vets, I'm sure they have those kind of questions if the things they've done are seen, and if it was worth it. And I hope that the song is a little bit of a confirmation that of our thanks and gratitude.
So you wrote that song just to thank you them, right?
I did, yes, yeah. It's my little way of giving back. I'm hoping that they see that my little life and my little corner of the world is a little bit of thanks to them for everything they've done.
Chúng tôi rất là hân hạnh được cái ban tổ chức của cái buổi tưởng niệm những cái người chiến binh đã hy sinh thân xác cho quê hương Việt Nam chúng ta. Chúng tôi rời nhà rất là xa, từ nhà lên đây tới mấy trăm cây số, nhưng mà chúng tôi thấy được cái cảm tình của những cái người cư dân ở tại đây. Họ đến đây để họ tưởng nhớ những người đồng đội của họ, và họ tưởng nhớ tới cái người dân của họ đã đi hy sinh cho quốc gia dân tộc dân chủ ở trên toàn thế giới. Do đó mà cái sự có mặt của chúng tôi hy vọng rằng nó là những cái tình cảm mà chúng tôi đã ưu ái dành cho những cái người chiến binh Hoa Kỳ cũng như là những người hiện còn sống tại đây. Yeah.
Would you tell me your name and where you coming from?
Where am I coming from? Toms River, New Jersey.
Charles, Toms River, New Jersey.
What year that you got in Vietnam?
I was there 1968, 69.
1969 and 70.
Wow, 68 is like the Moulton, Dead Moulton. It's a bad battle that year.
Offensive.
Could you tell me any thing that you remember from that day?
Well, it was a good day to start out with, but then it got bad that night. We were heavily mortared, and we lost a lot of Marines that night. But you know, it ended, and then we were just out in the field after that. You know, just cleaning up and stuff like that, helping the village people, things, and going down, helping them with medical supplies, food, things like that. So it wasn't like I was telling somebody, we had some good times and some bad times. You know, when it was something to remember. And I'm glad that we have something like this to welcome us home, because we never had any of the parades and the thank yous and things like that when we came home.
Is any memory coming back from the old day that you see all your brothers here?
Yes, I lived in the village with the people. We had 8 Marines and a corpsman, and that's what we did. We took care of the people, and we made sure the VC couldn't come back in and take their rice and everything. So, but we had a lot of contact with the enemy, a lot. So that's all I can remember. We lived there for a whole year. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we still have communists there right now, and you know, with your service, it's really at that time we really appreciate it. Thanks for all your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to the event. Would you introduce where you come from and what's your name, please?
My name's Edward Van Hee, and I'm with the DAV Chapter 70 in Northfield, New Jersey.
How did you feel when you will be here with all your brothers?
It's very enlightening, and I've been here every year that they've had this. So I make a point to be here. I was in Vietnam in 1967-68, and my twin brother was there with me. He's not able to be here today. He's in Florida.
What years are you in Vietnam?
1967 and 1968.
Do you still remember the place?
I do, and I'd like to go back and see it now. I was there for the Tet Offensive.
Is this event gonna give you any memory when you were in Vietnam and fighting for us? But actually, thanks for your service.
It does bring back those memories. They're always in the back of my mind.
Can you tell us one memory that's still in your mind?
Well, my one was when my twin brother went to get on the helicopter to come home. It was too crowded, so he couldn't get on. The helicopter crashed and killed everybody on board.
So that was right at the April 30, 75?
It was, no, he was coming home in 1969. So I remember that, and I remember all the fighting that went on. I was stationed throughout Vietnam. I was not in one camp all the time.
Thank you, sir, and thanks for being here today.
Thank you for coming.
Chào ông.
Chào ông.
Thanks for coming here today.
Thank you for having me today.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Can you tell me your name and where you coming from?
My name is Bill Pettick, and I'm from Absecon, New Jersey.
What year that you were in Vietnam?
I was in Vietnam. I was in Da Nang, Vietnam, in 1969 to 1970, and I was on a gunboat going up and down the rivers.
To be here today with all your brothers, is that bring back to you any memory?
It brings back a lot of memories. It's such an honor for me to be here today with my brothers and sisters that served over there, and it's an honor to be here with you, okay, and to see T and all she's done for us. And we came back, and there was no thank for us. We came back, and basically people just, they didn't want to honor what we had done over there. So now it's perfect. It's a good welcome home for all Vietnam vets, for my brothers and sisters. And it's good to hear somebody say, welcome home.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. And we really appreciate your network and all that you guys do for the veterans and for the people of Vietnam. That's why we went over there, is to help you. And we did our job. We came back, and for you to honor us and my brothers and sisters, we thank you very much.
Thank you for coming here today. Could you tell me your name and where you're coming from?
I'm from Port Monmouth, New Jersey, originally from New York City. I was in July in 65, 66, and I consider myself very, very fortunate to be there so early. I was part of the 2nd Marine Detachment to go over 65. So I was very, very early in the conflict.
And how is the Vietnam Wars in that early time?
Well, it's you know, over 50 some odd years since I was there. You know, it's amazing how the years go by. I lost a few of my good buddies over there. We wash the wall in Homedale twice a year, along with Home Depot, who's terrific with their veterans. And I'm the president of the state of New Jersey Vietnam Veterans of America, and I'm part of Chapter 12, which is the largest and oldest chapter state in New Jersey. And we're very active. Our main thing right now is cremains. We entered 74 cremains last year in Arneytown, and right now we have 37 more to be entered into Arneytown to give them the proper military send-off.
So what do you think about what T did in this town?
Oh, I'll tell you, this is about the 5th time I've been coming here. It's just fantastic. It's a well worth the drive down here. And I've met a lot of people that I've known throughout the years from different chapters. Like I said, I'm the president of the state of New Jersey, so I see a lot of different chapter members from different areas. And it's always good to get together with them once in a while.
Do you want to say anything to our younger generation right now?
Well, we go to our school programs. We go to the schools a lot of times, and we tell the kids that certain questions we won't answer, of course. And we tell the kids that stay in school because there's nothing out there, really. And most of them follow through with that. And we tell the kids that they're our therapy. We're able to talk about it to them. We're more comfortable talking about it to the youngsters than we are to the adults. And they give us great feedback. And we start our collage, our program off with a collage of before and after Vietnam. And I sing Proud to Be American, hoping the students would join us. You know, it's always worthwhile to be there. And we've gone to many schools through Monmouth and Ocean County. And we went to one school up in Newark, Avon Academy. And we're trying to go back this year, but so far we haven't had any feedback yet, you know. But it's all good, you know. It's so good to have the kids. Most of them don't know about Vietnam, but through the month that we're going to go there, they have a history lesson about Vietnam. And we have 3 footlockers of stuff that we had over there. And we allowed them to put the stuff on and ask questions and all that stuff. And they're fascinated by all the stuff that we have, that we used to. And they can't believe all the weight that we carried over there, you know. They ask about computers, which wasn't around at the time, computers and cell phones. But everything's good, you know. I'm getting on pretty good right now. And like I said, I'm the state chapter, state president, and I got to go to Maryland next month for our president's seminar. It's every quarter. And our national headquarters is in Silver Spring, Maryland. So it's always worthwhile to see guys from other states. And I sing all the time, so they call me the golden voice, they call me. I wake up singing. I do.
Thank you, sir, and good to see you here today. Thanks for your service.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Can you tell me your name and where you coming from?
My name is Edward Hartmann. I'm coming from Tom River.
Tom River. Is this around here?
It's about 40 minutes away. No, not even 40. It's about a half hour, 15 minutes away.
So how do you?
Right down the parkway.
How did you feel when you see all your brothers here with you today?
Feel bad, you know. I feel good, and then I feel bad the ones that we lost, you know. But it's
so what years are you in Vietnam?
1966, 1967. I was the early part of the war. I got out before the Tet Offensive. I was up in Pleiku, Central Highlands. I was in Camp Holloway.
So what did you do at that time?
I was a mechanic. I worked on trucks, fixed trucks. I was a mechanic with my company. My company was a direct support for up in the Highlands there. All right.
How's the battle over there? Do you remember? How's the battle over there? Do you remember?
Where I was stationed at, it wasn't too bad at the time. Okay, you know, but you still had problems there. You know, just had to be careful. We were under attack a few times, but you know, nothing real serious. But I say I'm fortunate, and I'm kind of lucky compared to some of my brothers. You know, the reason why I'm using a walker right now, I hurt my leg or something. You know, but you know, I had Agent Orange and all that stuff there from there.
Thanks for your service, sir.
Right. Thank you.
Nice to seeing you here today. And can you tell me your name and where you come from?
Blake Burkle, and I come from Ocean County, New Jersey.
William Maris, and I come from Arizona, Sierra Vista.
So you in JORTC?
Yep. Yes, I am.
And do you know why you've been here today?
To serve as the color guard.
And what is the meaning to you, guy?
To respect all the Vietnam soldiers that have served.
I think wearing this uniform really does respect all of the soldiers who did serve and all of the ones who have fallen and given their highest sacrifice.
Do you know anything about the Vietnam War?
Yes. North Korea, the northern part of Vietnam tried to invade South Vietnam with communism.
I know about the same amount. Yeah.
So they are communists. They tried to invade the South Vietnam, yes. And so what you guys gonna be when you get out of the JORTC?
I'll try to go into college, but if that doesn't work out, I'll join the Marines.
How about you?
I'm gonna enlist in the Army, go into infantry, and hopefully help a lot of people.
You want to say anything to our veteran today?
Thank you for serving.
And same. Thank you for serving.
I know, it's a very tough time for the women stay home and husband have to go far away. How do you feel at that time?
I was not married yet. We were engaged to be married. And it was very difficult, yes. I just prayed every day that he'd come home. And eventually he did, after 2 years in Vietnam. He re-enlisted because his brother, who was just 18 years old, had just gotten drafted or signed up for the military, and he didn't want his younger brother to have to go there, so he stayed another year and did another tour of duty. And after that year, we got married, and we were stationed in Germany for a year after that. And yeah, it was difficult times, but then very happy times after that.
Did he tell you anything about the time that he's in Vietnam?
Some things, not very many things. How, you know, it was difficult. It was very hard. You didn't know who was your friend and who was your enemy, and it was difficult. Yes.
How old was he at that time?
He was 22.
And how old were you at that time?
I was 17.
That is hard.
Yeah.
That is hard to fall in love, engage,
yes.
And your fiancé is far away from home.
Yes. We were engaged, and yes, he was. Yeah, and then he went away, and yeah, it was hard.
And finally, after 47 years, at least all the veterans had the day to celebrate. Do you want to say anything to your husband up there right now?
My husband right now is so proud of his grandson, who is here today to make a speech. And he's here to thank not just his grandfather, but all the veterans who served in Vietnam.
Thank you so much, and I wish you well.
Thank you.
Here was a little boy who cherished veterans so much. He had his family plan their vacation around our event just to hand out carnations on his own and to be able to thank you for your service. The spirit and purpose of our event is so embodied in this young man right here, and I couldn't have been happier that he and his family agreed to have him be the highlight of our event this year. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our keynote speaker, VIncent Lorenzo.
Welcome to Barnegat's 3rd Annual National Vietnam Veterans Day event. I'm so honored to be a part of this special event. It means so much to me because my grandfather, James Barnegat, served in the Vietnam War over 50 years ago as part of the 1st Infantry in the United States Army. He served 4 years after being drafted and was deployed to Vietnam. Unfortunately, I never had the chance to meet him because he passed away before I was born. But he is one of the reasons I have a strong appreciation for our military. And today I carry one of the 3 Purple Hearts he received for being injured during combat. Right now I would like to take a moment of silence for my grandfather and all the soldiers that are not here with us today. Vietnam vets like my grandfather and you are my heroes. Some people think heroes wear capes and fly through the sky to save the day, but I believe a hero is someone special that risks their lives for others. They help to keep our country safe and protect others from harm. A hero is someone brave that is willing to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. A hero is you. I feel so lucky that I was asked to hand out these very special commemorative Vietnam War lapel pins. I have made it my personal mission to thank every veteran that I meet. Every year I make and send out Christmas cards to show my appreciation to the active military. On Valentine's Day, I make cards to show my love and send them to the Veterans Hospital. I have a special bouquet of flowers made every year for a local veteran, Miss Lloyd Roberts. I love to hand out red, white, and blue flowers on Veterans Day. Every year for Halloween, I dress up as a different era to honor a different era of the military. You all hold a very special place in my heart. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your bravery, all that you endured during the war, the struggles you may have faced when you came home from the war, and your strength and dedication to continue to support our great country. Again, thank you all for being my heroes, and a special thank you to T for allowing me to be here on this amazing day. Without her, I could not reach as many of you to say thank you.
Can you tell me your name and where you coming from?
My name is VIncent James Lorenzo, and I'm coming from Barnegat, New Jersey.
And how old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
So who you holding on the picture?
My grandfather.
Your grandfather?
Yeah, James Barnegat.
Is he in Vietnam?
Yeah.
He served in Vietnam before?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, he served 4 years after being drafted, and he stayed another year in the military after his brother was supposed to go into the military, and he didn't want his younger brother to go into the military, so he stayed in.
He's still with you?
No, he passed away when he was 49 due to Agent Orange. So
what make you coming here to honor him?
I'm coming here to honor all the veterans that I meet, and I'm just happy that they're all here.
So do you know anything about the Vietnam Wars at all?
Yeah, I love history, and I know a lot about like other wars in Vietnam too.
Can you tell me one thing that you remember when you read it? About the Vietnam War. Just anything.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
How about your grandpa?
My grandfather got 3 Purple Hearts when he was in Vietnam.
Do you know what position does he in?
No. Sergeant. First class. So
do you want to say anything to Grandpa? He might look up down to seeing you, talking to me right now.
he's with me right now, and I just want to say thank you to every possible veteran that I could.
Thank you, and I think he's very proud of you. He's up there right now, looked out to us, and proud of you.
Thank you.
What grade you are right now?
I'm in 4th grade.
4th grade.
Là cái congressional record. So cái record này là cái congressman ông đứng lên bên đây ở trong Congress và ông address Congress, ông nói là ông muốn recognize Barnegat, cái tỉnh Barnegat, và ông muốn recognize he và cái monument mà he và chồng he xây ở đây đó, tại vì ông tính là Barnegat và he và cái monument này là are amazing examples of how Vietnam veterans should be valued all the time, and that we have such high patriotism here, and it's unbelievable, and it's something worthy of being recognized. And so cái này đó is record ở trong U.S. national history forever. So it's amazing.
My name is George Stankovich, and I'm from Mattawan, New Jersey. I was in Vietnam for 19 months, from 67 to 69. I was with a bird dog unit out of Tay Ninh, which your companion said isn't where he was from. And then I was at Long Binh for the rest of my time.
So would there's a chance of coming back one more time? Would you do it?
Would I go back to Nam?
Vietnam.
Yeah, well, if it was the same job that I have, yes, because I was a supply sergeant and a supply clerk. So I really wasn't doing the rough stuff like a lot of the infantry guys were doing. I mean, we did the recon on Ho Chi Minh Trail, and we flew all the dignitaries around with the helicopter company I was with.
Would you like to say something to your brother that's not being here today?
Well, I'd like to remember all my brothers and sisters that never made it back to enjoy what we have now. I mean, it took us a while before we decided to get involved again. Most of us were like 40 years before we started joining units or whatever. And even when we came back, the veterans organizations like the VFW, they didn't want us, okay? So it took a while for everybody to get straightened out and finally get organized again.
We need to tell the truth of the history. And thanks for your service, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Và kính thưa quý vị, trong thời gian gần đây thì chiến tranh Việt Nam đã được nhắc đi nhắc lại rất là nhiều lần đối với người dân Mỹ từ các sự kiện của Afghanistan và Ukraine. Và hôm nay tại nơi đây chúng tôi đã ghi nhận rất nhiều gương mặt của các cựu quân nhân Hoa Kỳ, những người đã từng tham chiến tại Việt Nam, đã từng hy sinh cho nền Cộng hòa miền Nam Việt Nam. Và nhân ngày cựu quân nhân của chiến tranh Việt Nam, chúng tôi cũng là một hậu vệ Việt Nam Cộng Hòa kính gửi lời cảm ơn đến tất cả quý cựu quân nhân Hoa Kỳ cũng như Việt Nam Cộng Hòa đã hy sinh và gìn giữ nền tự do tuy rằng ngắn ngủi của Việt Nam Cộng Hòa nhưng đã để lại những trang sử oai hùng cho thế hệ mai sau. Daphne tường trình từ thành phố Barnegat của tiểu bang New Jersey.
Kính thưa quý vị, chương trình bản tin Hoa Thịnh Đốn đến đây xin tạm ngưng. Chúng tôi sẽ trở lại phần 2 sau phần thông báo và quảng cáo.
Xin chào, tôi là bác sĩ Nguyễn. Nếu quý vị hay cha mẹ của quý vị được sinh ra ở Việt Nam, hãy thảo luận với tôi về bệnh viêm gan B. Nhiều người trong chúng ta sống với bệnh viêm gan B lâu năm mà không thấy triệu chứng. 2 trong số 3 người bị nhiễm viêm gan B không biết là họ bị nhiễm bệnh. Nếu không chữa trị kịp thời thì 1 trong số 4 người bị viêm gan B có thể gặp những vấn đề nghiêm trọng về gan sau này. Hiện đã có phương pháp chữa trị cứu mạng quý vị. Xin hãy tham khảo với bác sĩ về thử nghiệm viêm gan B.